Hey everyone, today it's a very short demo of a tool that I love. It's called Adyntel. I have a case study published on their website, but I wanted to kind of walk you through and do something that I've never done before, which is show you kind of what the UI looks like, go into the tool, and then show you how to use it inside of Claude. So I'm going to start this little series where we go through. For Adyntel, they do AI-powered ad intelligence. It's a pretty great platform, if you ask me. They give me kind of like the cherry on the top, right? If you guys have ever been a marketer and you guys are looking at Meta ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads, and you're trying to do something, this is probably a great tool for you. Long story short, if you are in the go-to-market engineering world, or if you're even in the marketing operations world, you might want something with transparent pricing, right? So either way, what we're going to start looking at is kind of the use cases for Adyntel, what it looks like in platform, and kind of like how I use it and how I think about it. As far as like going on their website, you can kind of look at their main use cases here: sales lead enrichment, research competitor ads, and brand ad audits. For me, I'm doing a lot of brand ad audits and researching a lot of their competitors, whether that's going to be producing a lead magnet for one of our clients at Growth Alliance, or even just trying to get more information on a company. So knowledge is power, and that being said, let's go into it. So Adyntel, I have an account here. They just changed their UI, so I want to make sure that you can navigate yourself around here. That being said, there's a lot of stuff that you can do, and there's a lot of stuff that you don't really need to do, right? So the biggest use case here for a marketing operations person is getting an MCP started and getting an API key. I'm not going to reveal my API key secret to you, but if you are in the go-to-market engineering space, of course, we all love Clay, and you can also go into N8N, right? So long story short, depending on what your use case is, MCP is going to be what we're going to use in something like Claude Code, or even in Claude in just a minute here. And the API key, you can use that in Clay, inside of Cargo, inside of N8N, whatever it's going to be, but they do have native connections. How it works, they can do a pay-as-you-go model. I really love this for our clients. We have a subscription here, and you can see how many credits that you get and the cost per credit. So we are still on a credit model. That being said, their documentation is pretty great, I would say. You can go through it. If you need any help, you can contact me. But if you want to build lists, you want to get all signed in, because it's going to sign me out, sign back in. And if you want to just come to the platform and just see kind of like what type of lists they already have available, these are pre-scraped, pre-verified, already done Shopify e-commerce lists. So there's around 20,000 companies. They kind of like just sell these to you, which is pretty nifty, if you ask me. It's just like right off the get-go. And of course, like B2B SaaS, biggest advertisers. So 5,000 companies, it's going to cost me around 42,000 credits. I don't know how good this is going to be for a lot of people, but what is kind of interesting for a lot of people is these are kind of like templates. These are like, you could start here, right? So Y Combinator, giant plays that a lot of startups come out of. Tab 1, domain, LinkedIn, Crunchbase, social links of everybody that's running ads, and then sample tabs with Google ads, LinkedIn ads, Meta ads. So if you're B2B SaaS, you're probably running Google and LinkedIn. If you're kind of like B2C or commerce, you're probably running Meta, depending on what the marketing strategy is there. Again, that's up to the internal client to decide. For the back end, how it works is all you do is you put in a specific domain. If you want to look by domain, Facebook page, LinkedIn page, whatever, if I want to say Atlassian.com, I think that's how you spell it. And we can see how many Google ads they are running. I don't actually think I spelled their name right. Let's see. There we go. So, and let's see if I check it wrong. Rev Partners. Partners.com will definitely have some. Couldn't find any. And we can go to Google.com to see what they have, if they're running Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads. So of course I chose the hardest ones that I couldn't spell. So great, amazing. So Google ads, funny, Google's running around 3 million ads on their own platform for themselves. You can see that this is in different languages where they're being advertised. This is the back end of their system. If you want to do this in bulk, there's a few different ways of doing this. Bulk request, you can come here, you can upload a CSV with all of the companies that you want to get all the ad groups for. If you want to brand track, this is really cool. You add a new domain and we can basically track this over time. So this just came out. Maybe I should probably lead with this. If I want to track the LinkedIn, Google, and I want to track this every week and see if there's been a change in the amount of ads that have been published by a specific company, we come here, right? There are historical, there's a historical database that Adyntel has on the back end to be able to pull all of this data, but this is really good for signal tracking. Like this is like completely underrated for what you're able to do. On the other side of things, you can also come back and you can build your own list. You can come to your dashboard, everything like this. But I'm going to show you how I would use it. Like nobody really cares about the UI unless it's usable. I don't use it with the UI. I use it in something called Claude. I'm just going to make a new instance here, and I'm going to make it really simple. I want to find me a list of companies that match the Growth Alliance ICP that are running at least 200 LinkedIn ads and at least 50 Google ads. Make a list, use the Adyntel MCP. So we were talking about integration points. All we have to do is come into the dashboard. We get the MCP set up. We read it. Probably going to grab a API key, come in here into Claude, go to connections or connectors, and you can see that it is connected already via MCP. So the great thing about this is that I never actually have to go into the platform to be able to use the data that Adyntel queries. But every single time that I make the query through Claude, it's going to re-query through Adyntel, and they're going to run their processing on the back end. So as this loads, we can start to kind of talk about like where this has been used before, right? Anyways, so this is a marketing agency, and we were working with them very transparently, and the back end of like their lead magnet here is actually using some of the data from multiple sources. So you fill out a form, we get a competitor analysis. It's a free marketing plan. It's like pretty awesome actually. So this, like if we want to go look at the competitor ad data for their clients, like Client Boost actually uses a little bit of the ads platform to put together a marketing plan and layers everything on the top. So this is a really smart use case when we have like an inbound enrichment and it gives competitor information and you want to query lifetime ad data. So for instance, this is how roughly something would work. I can't give you the architecture behind it, but you can see that our MCP and Adyntel are already pushing data out. You can see that the context, the ICP of the people that I work with are B2B SaaS and tech between 10 million and 100 million, post PMF scaling, GDM revenue operations, right? We're going to run it through to see 200 LinkedIn. It's going to go through everything. You can see I should probably go after Cognizant. I should probably go to talk to Lucia. I should maybe talk to Lead IQ. But it doesn't say that it doesn't clear 200, right? So Clari, they're running close to 250,000 LinkedIn ads. It's massive. They're enterprise scale. Let me check Google ads. So roughly speaking, this is what we want to do. And we want to build a list from Adyntel data if that is a qualifying criteria in our targeting, right? For some businesses, it is a criteria just to see how many like ads a marketing agency is running. For other businesses, we want to use this for competitive ad intelligence. This is roughly what I do. And then I also use this to do a lot of research before I go and talk to a CMO. So this gives me an upper edge. Again, like my review on them and my case study with them is that they've given me the cherry on the top, right? Like this is creme de la creme in my opinion. And I kind of just wanted to make a tiny little video about this so that you can see roughly how I use this very transparently. And while this finishes loading, we can end the video. But anyways, go check out Adyntel. They're pretty awesome guys. You can find them on LinkedIn. My name is Spencer. I run Growth Alliance. And of course, like my Claude says, we run B2B outreach as well as revenue operations for companies. If you need anything at all, feel free to contact me or the guys at Adyntel. Cheers.